Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. You've got a story to share, a message to inspire, and a passion ready to ignite. But where do you start? The world is waiting for your voice. With From Idea to Implementation, Start Your Own Podcast, you'll get the roadmap to turn your vision into reality. This isn't just a course, it's your launching pad. Step by step, we'll break down the process from defining your purpose to recording your first episode so you can finally share your voice with confidence. Stop overthinking it and start doing it. Your voice has the power to connect and lead. Are you ready to use it? Join the waitlist today. Your podcast journey starts now. The world is waiting. You can find the link to sign up for the waitlist in the show notes. We'll see you soon. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast, a platform that was created to help elevate and amplify the voices of women through sharing their stories. Today, my guest is the beautiful Nicole Lite. She is a multidimensional energy healer, a channel, a two-time cancer thriver, and an author. Welcome, Nicole. I am so happy to have you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having me today. This really is amazing, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
It is my honor and my pleasure. We've been trying to get this done for a little while now, so it's nice to finally have you here. You are here. There's no going back. We're going and we're diving in and we're doing this thing. So welcome. With you being a multidimensional energy healer, channel, all of those things, can you explain for some of those out there who might not be aware of or know, what is a multidimensional energy healer and channel, and what do you do for your clients through that work?
I call myself a multidimensional energy healer because when I am in a session with someone, I am able to channel energies from different dimensions, essentially. So I can channel goddess energy, I can channel angels, frequencies, and other cosmic energies. So I am the vessel, and I'm able to channel that energy through me and transmit that to the client that I'm working with. So that's why I call myself that.
I love it. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah, it was hard to kind of encapsulate it. I was like, what am I? What? Yeah, this sounds like it. Yeah, that's it.
And it feels good.
It feels good.
There you go. What is it that drives, motivates, and inspires you to keep going and excelling at all that you do?
Wow. My motivation is really seeing and witnessing all the work and all the transformations and activations that occur in the souls that I work with. And every time I see something, it just ignites my soul like crazy. To just see them propelling forward and moving forward into their soul purpose or activating some of their own abilities or like coming to these really deep reflections in their own journey. It's all just really magical and beautiful. And it lights me up. So it definitely ignites me and makes me just feel like, okay, I got to keep going. There's a definite reason here why I have this gift. And it feels like it's clearly a message showing me that I'm here to help others in their transformation. So I'm all in.
Yeah. It's exciting to see someone excel and see the shift in someone when they realize, oh shit, I can do this. And this is going to be amazing. And to be a part of that process is just such an incredible gift.
It is.
It really is.
It really, really is. I love holding other people through their own journeys. I love connection. And so I just love holding that space and just hearing, witnessing, and then reflecting back to them what it is that if I have any wisdom to impart on them, it's just the whole package that's just so deeply woo.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly. Can you share with us then what you were doing for a living before you made the jump into entrepreneurship, and what was the catalyst for that shift for you?
okay, I would say that I was always a spiritual being and always drawn to spiritual work, to angel numbers, to angel cards, to energy work. But when my son had his second open heart surgery in 2018, I had learned about the power of Reiki healing. And I felt that it would be an incredible tool to learn and help with my son, help with my husband who was always suffering from anxiety, and to help myself. And so that kind of was like my gateway drug, if you will, into this world. And then, so I was doing Reiki work on the side because my full-time job was actually a legal assistant in New York City.
Okay.
And my 9 to 5 life was at work. And once I would come home, I was able to hold space for others and do that. But it wasn't as frequently as I would have wanted. But the catalyst that propelled me into this space of, okay, clearly the universe has other plans for me, was when the pandemic happened. And my law firm so kindly put a mandate on the vaccine and gave me that ultimatum of saying you either get vaccinated or you can no longer work here. So I wasn't letting that happen. I chose myself. I knew deep in my soul that just wasn't the right thing for me. And I took it as a major sign that I was not meant to be there anymore. It was also a very toxic environment and my nervous system was not having it anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt, okay, I see you, I hear you, I'm out. And so I had started to put all that desire that I had to work with people and help them and move into the entrepreneurial space.
Beautiful. I mean, I think a lot of people were in a similar position where they were forced to choose, and no one should be forced to choose that, but you know what's right for you and what's right for your body and what you believe in, and it is what it is, right? So you are now living your purpose, what you're meant to do. You weren't meant to be a legal assistant, obviously.
No.
You were meant to be in and of service to others through sharing your gifts and helping them.
I absolutely 1,000,000% agree with that. Yeah. I didn't even really fit into that world, quite honestly.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like I was trying to just kind of survive in a setting that was like a quote unquote 3D setting. A lot of people don't really know what that means, but it's your tangible reality, and it didn't feel right for me. And I kind of often felt, I didn't really truly belong there, but I tried my best to kind of make it happen. But again, the universe was like, no, let's get you.
We're going to shake shit up.
No kidding. They shook it good.
So I want to dive in now and start discussing all the discussing all the really interesting and juicy stuff about spirituality, your spiritual gifts, your spiritual journey. Now, you mentioned that Reiki was kind of like your gateway drug, but was that how your whole spiritual journey began? And was there a catalyst moment in your life that led to you heading down the spiritual path? And if so, can you share that with us?
So that was, like the gateway, as I said. But then I was kind of put in a position where, okay, so somewhere several months down the road from me diving in headfirst into that, I had been diagnosed with breast cancer and lymphoma. And so that put an obvious halt on my desires to serve others. And I really had to place that energy within myself. But it really made me have to really take a deeper look into where I needed to clean up shop in not just my body, but in my mind, in my energy, in my spiritual being. And it really was the actual catalyst that made me take a deeper look into my entire being. And dare I even say that it was a necessary evil for me. It had to happen this way for me. It was what I needed. Certainly not desired, but what I needed to kind of see the truth and see all the layers and how Also to increase my devotion to God, to cultivate that connection to God and source, to open my heart to receiving, to cultivate connections with beautiful sisters who were like holding me through that whole process and feeding me with either channeled messages from spirit, connecting me to my mother who is deceased, who had transitioned from ovarian cancer, from receiving energy healings myself, from using my own intuition to kind of help me and guide me along that path to find what was best for me. So it's so multi-layered, but it was everything I needed in order to kind of deeply take on my spiritual path with a lot more vigor and zest. You know?
That's a hell of a journey. I mean, I can't speak to it because I've never been through what you've been through, but I would imagine that going through something as difficult as that, you don't see it as, at the time, I'm sure you did not see it as, oh, this is for me, this is happening for me. It's hard to get into that headspace, to shift your mindset, to realize that, you know what, there's lessons here for me to take from this experience, this thing that I'm going through. Especially when you're dealing with something like cancer, it'd be very hard to get into that mindset. But I think it's probably necessary too, in order to help get through the situation, is realize that this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. But that's all part of the journey, right? It's part of the lessons to take forward. It's part of your learning process. It's part of your life's journey to get to the next level.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, it really did help illuminate so many areas for me. A lot of life lessons, a lot of compassion, and a lot of forgiveness. Just so many layers of awareness that this kind of reflected back to me. And what a gift life is. I know it sounds so common, but a lot of people really don't understand how, in the midst of so much crap, that they truly are very abundant right now. Like, just to be able to wake up and say, oh my God, thank you, God, for allowing me to be here today, to learn, to receive love, to be with my family, my friends, to experience whatever lessons you have for me today. Like, it's all a gift. And people often are sitting in this space of, I believe, lack and like victimhood, and why is this happening to me, and why don't I have this, or wanting more and more, but they don't understand that they have so much right now. Like, it's not always going to be rainbows, unicorns, and bubblegum and shit. It's not. That's not real life. That we're supposed to experience the duality of both. But if you can see the magic in every day, that's the biggest gift of all. Every day has some magic and some blessings for us.
For sure. And that's the gratitude piece, right? Being grateful for everything around us, for the littlest things. To have gratitude it's necessary.
Absolutely. Yeah. I live by that. I really do. And even right now in my life, things aren't like the most optimal, but I am here.
Yep.
God,
sure.
God gave me life. I'm here.
Yep. Absolutely. So when and how did you realize you had the gift of being a healer and your spiritual gifts? And did you struggle internally to understand and realize the gifts you had, or was it fairly easy for you to embrace?
So the more and more that I practiced Reiki at that time, it felt like, okay, this is definitely something that I'm meant to do. And it just kind of kept igniting me when I would practice and perform it as often as I could. As far as, I would say that I am one eager bitch. Like, I'm so eager and so, oh my God, give me all of my gifts. And I would like often look at other women in my life that were in their own spiritual journeys and like marvel at what gifts that they had and desire them so deeply for myself. And for a long time, I would be like, why can't I see? Why can't I hear? I want these gifts. And it took me a while to understand that we're not supposed to be the same. None of us are the same. We all have our own magic and gifts. And yeah, that it'll happen when it's supposed to happen, if it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But that, yeah, I'm just so eager for it though. Like
patience, it's that patience. Having that patience is not easy, right?
No, it's not, but it's essential, because if you force something, you're actually repelling it. You're not.
Yeah.
So you have to stay patient, and everything is always in divine timing. But yeah, I love Pet. I love it. I don't want. I just literally get a high off of seeing the results. Yeah, especially like my favorite, I would say, subject is my husband, because like I have access to him all the time.
He's your guinea pig.
He is my guinea pig. He's not always open for healing for me. But let's just say that everyone like purges differently.
Yeah.
And I kind of get it. I enjoy witnessing his purging process, because it's like a full body. Let's just say it's a full body experience. Everybody who's like, "Hey, what did you do to me?" Like, and I'm like, "Listen, yeah, the energy does what it's supposed to do, buddy. I can't help you. I can't help if you need to release there." Like, other people are very emotional in the way that they release, but it's all meant for their highest good, and I'm going to stand by that.
Beautiful. I love it. So I want to speak a little bit about your journey as a healer. I've heard many people say that I've spoken to that are healers, that they believe that we as humans have all the tools we need within us to help in healing ourselves. Is that something that you believe and subscribe to? Would you say everyone has the ability?
I do. I do believe that. I do believe that your mind and your energy, everything has such a huge impact on your healing journey, but like you need to really take accountability for your healing journey. Everyone has that. There's basically, I'm not really a firm lover or believer or adopt to the mindset. Everyone has the power to help themselves. I do conversely though believe that we can't do that all on our own, and we need to rely on other outside sources. And there are many different forms of healers out there. So although for me personally, seeking Western medicine to help me get through my cancer wasn't exactly something I wanted, I knew that I needed to do that, but I also needed to very heavily rely on the Eastern medicine and the energy healing and the spiritual aspect of, and supplements and the holistic approach. But yes, your willingness to kind of be open to receive healing from other people, but to also take deep accountability for your own journey and cleaning up your mind and your body, they all take a very important part in that whole process.
That's, I mean, we could go down a whole rabbit hole about Western medicine versus Eastern medicine, because I think that we have been conditioned as humans living in this 3D world that Western medicine and doctors are the be all and end all. They have all the answers. They know everything. And that is so far from the truth. They don't. They're human beings. They're fallible. They can make mistakes.
They do often make mistakes.
If we could get to a point, I think, where, because listen, we can't completely discount Western medicine. It is needed for certain things, no doubt about it. But if we could get to a point where Eastern medicine could work hand in hand with Western medicine together, how fucking powerful would that be? It would be incredible.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. There are definite living proof of that, because you see, at that point, when I went through the first part of my cancer journey, and I had chemotherapy, but I also relied on everything as well, I didn't feel that I could heal myself without the use of Western medicine. So I imported both. And there are plenty of people that actually have healed themselves from cancer completely holistically. But I knew or felt inherently that that wasn't really my truth at this point in time.
Yeah.
And chemo didn't eradicate the cancer. And then they had told me I needed to have my stem cell transplant. And that whole process scared the shit out of me. I did not want to have that. And I had to surrender. I had to surrender to God and again, ask for spiritual help to kind of ground me into that decision and just take the cues from every single person that I would actually ask. Is having a stem cell transplant for my best and highest good? And I kept getting a yes. And I was like, I don't know. My hands are tied. I guess I really have to go through with this. Even up until the day before I had my stem cell transplant, I had asked God to show me a sign, to tell me if I actually needed this, if it was possible for me to move to the next stage without the use of, or the process of going through a stem cell. And so I had to, ironically, call my insurance company because they needed some substantiation as to why I had been receiving chemo in November, which was actually like the process that I needed to do in order to get me ready for the stem cell.
Right.
So I called them and I was a little agitated, and I spoke to the woman on the other end, and I said I was in the hospital to receive chemo for my stem cell transplant. And I'm actually going tomorrow to receive that. And she said, congratulations to me. And I was like, congratulations. And she said, you don't realize not everyone gets accepted, right? Not everyone gets accepted for a transplant. So congratulations. And I was like, you don't understand what you just did for me. God literally just used you to put my mind at ease, to tell me that I'm going to be okay and that I need to do this. Thank you. And that's what I mean. Like everyone can connect, and everyone actually has that ability to speak to source and receive messages however they're meant to receive them. And that was God speaking to me right there and then. And that's exactly what helped me get through the first part of my cancer journey, was connecting to God in any way. And yeah, that was pretty damn clear to me that I had to put my big girl panties on and just do it.
Fucking powerful, though. Holy shit. But again, I think a big part of it comes down to self-awareness and realizing, because the signs are always there. They're always around us. It's just a matter of whether you're paying attention and have the awareness to realize that they're there. Because not everybody does.
Yeah, it's a gift. It really is a gift, because like I was saying, magic is in everything every day. And that was magical. That was a blessing. That was nothing short of incredible. The way that he used her to be like, we got you, Nicole, you're good. And FYI, not everyone's to have a stem cell transplant.
Yeah. That's insane.
And it's a year now. Like literally my rebirthday of my transplant is Saturday.
Wow.
So it's
happy early.
Thank you.
Rebirthday. I love it. Rebirth. Amazing. Nicole, how has your own healing journey shaped the way that you now guide and support others?
Wow. I really dare to say that I am the muse. I use my own journey as that complete example of what's possible, and to show that I have such a strong sense of compassion and empathy and understanding of the experience. So I can, and I don't just mean cancer, I mean like a trial and a tribulation, because that's really not my focus. I don't seek to attract only cancer patients in my work. I seek to hold space for anyone that is going through any type of transformation and needs someone to hold them through that, because I see them and I've been there, and I've come from I'm not even close to the same person that I was 1 year ago, even. Like the revelations that have come into my awareness even from a year ago are like mind-boggling to me. So yeah, like I'm not the same person. And so I see how much I limited myself, how much ancestral trauma I carried, and I see my own shit that I carried, and that I wasn't given this life to stay small and to not do the thing, that I've been given this gift to actually do it, and to hold people through it and to just love on others and to kind of feed them with my energy. And if I could make just a small difference in someone's life, then I've done everything that I feel like I'm supposed to do.
That's exactly it. That's why we're all here, is to be in and of service to one another, to lift each other, to cheerlead and support each other. That's why we're here.
Oh, yeah.
If more people fucking woke up to that and realized that, what a beautiful place we'd be living in.
I am so moved by that. I agree with you 1,000,000% again. Like we are all one. We all come from God. We're all what's the word I'm looking for? Little pieces. I could have just said the word pieces. Fractures is good too. We're little pieces of source. We all carry parts of source in us, and to help everyone in our path along the way, and to just hold others and light them up, and to just
love each other.
Love
is the highest vibration on the planet.
It really is. And if more people understood that, we would be in a better place. That's
why we just keep doing the work that we're here to do and keep surrounding ourselves with like-minded souls, and that will just ripple out to all the others. And some people aren't meant to realize it, or aren't meant to wake up and realize that's why we're here. And that's okay too. That's their journey. But if we continue to surround ourselves with those people who are of the same mind, who believe the same things that we do, then we're good.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's important to be around like-minded souls. And I agree 100%. Again, not everyone is going to get it. And that's okay. No. That's okay. Yep. That's their journey. That's fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is one piece of advice that you could give to someone who's just beginning to sense they have intuitive or healing abilities, but feels unsure or afraid?
Honestly, I would highly advise those people to go on social media and to either go on Instagram or Facebook or even TikTok and just kind of go in a search and put in keywords that pique their interest and find people that they can use as mentors right now. And then I also think that Facebook is kind of like a wealth of community and connection. And so there are many different groups there. And so if you just do a simple search and put, again, these keywords that you're looking for, you could find community and inspiration and connection right there. And that's what happened with me, actually. As soon as I got out of corporate America and I was home, I had all this time to go on social media, and I found groups on Facebook that deeply felt resonant for me and have helped me connect with soul sisters and mentors. And they've helped me every step of this journey up to this present point. And it's been an absolute gift. So I would highly seek mentors and community to help them walk that path.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Can you explain then how multidimensional healing differs from traditional healing practices?
So for me, and I think everyone has like their own definitions, but so whereas I started with just using Reiki healing, and that comes from universal life force energy, I no longer actually utilize Reiki, and I just use the other energies that I'm able to channel, which are the multidimensional energies. So that's, for me, the angelic frequencies and God frequencies, source. I often call on Jesus in my healings, and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. I call upon different rose frequencies. They all have a lot of power and purpose, especially when you're working through the different chakras in your body. When you're calling on certain goddess rose frequencies, they help you with the different elements of your chakras. So for instance, if I was going to call in a goddess or a rose priestess for the solar plexus, which is all about confidence and power and releasing fear, I would call in goddess Isis. she's the yellow rose frequency, and solar plexus is a yellow frequency. It's just all really beautiful. It's like when I'm in that space of giving energy to others, it's almost like I'm not even here. Like I'm so overwhelmed in the most crazy and beautiful way by all these different energies that are flowing through me that I'm not even here. I'd almost rather live there. But anyway, it's been really beautiful and very just incredible to witness again, to see like how those energies are moving through other people.
Yeah.
It's just like it activates them. It opens up their own abilities. If I was working on someone's, again, also if they were ready, because everyone has their own journey.
Yeah.
But like if I was in someone's third eye, it's possible that this energy could open up their third eye and allow their own claircognizance, the hearing and the seeing, to come in. It gives me the goosies.
So how has your journey then as a spiritual healer transformed your own life and personal beliefs?
I feel because I am so deeply immersed into this space that I also receive the healing. So like I work with my own healers and they have helped me transmute my own shit, which is helping me in essence. There's a lot of throat chakra I've had to work through, and I've felt very crippled oftentimes in showing up for others because I was afraid of my own voice and afraid of showing up and afraid of judgment. And what would people think if I said I was able to do all these things? And what if my words don't resonate, and whatever judgment? And the receiving the energy work has helped me show up so I can help other people. So it's kind of like a hand-in-hand kind of situation for me. Like I'm ascending in my own path and I'm using myself as like this example of what it looks like to be afraid of your own rising, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm no longer available for smallness. I'm no longer available to be in that space anymore because I know that other people need me. But that's energy work. Like energy work helped me. And also like it helps bring up all of your own shit to look at and to kind of identify like, why do I feel anger here? Why do I feel frustration over here? And that's the energy work helps bring that all up to the surface. So it's like a whole immersive journey.
Yeah.
Like spiritual development and entrepreneurship. Like they actually go hands in the whole process for many.
For sure.
But I certainly see that for myself.
Yeah. So then with that being said, what daily practices or rituals do you follow to maintain your own spiritual health and effectiveness as a healer?
First things first, when I wake up, my first thing is speaking to God and thanking him for the blessing of waking up today. I thank him for all my blessings. I thank him for the blessings on their way to me. And I ask for the protection and the healing of my loved ones. And I don't often ask for too much, except for healing for the other people, for people in my life. But I always stay in gratitude. Next on the roster, I call in Archangel Michael. Sorry, I call Archangel Michael. He's the Archangel of protection and strength. So I always ask him for protection over myself, my son, and my husband, and ask for that layer of protection around me to guard me from energies that are not of love and light. Sickness, pain.
Yeah.
But also, most often, it's to ask for protection and to keep me from energies that are not from love and light. And then also, that just makes me feel more secure. I could feel him when I call him in. It's like a warm blanket of yumminess on your back. But I can't really start my day without those two two huge things. And then if I'm feeling ungrounded, I'll meditating, yes. Journaling if I feel like I need to get some feelings out. And receiving energy work is also a really big part of my daily. I mean, not always daily, but.
Yeah.
And lately, I'm doing Kundalini yoga, which has been incredibly amazing, more than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So that's helped me kind of unlock, I think, some energy within me, creation and power, and more maybe divine masculine energy in the doing, and maybe the divine feminine too, which is the creation. So it's like that beautiful balance between the two. But yeah, those are the things that I've kind of taken on.
Do you believe that humanity is going through a spiritual awakening? And if so, what signs are you seeing that this is happening?
I do see more and more people waking up and seeing that there is so much more about this human existence. My only, I guess, huge key and clue is probably by witnessing it mostly on social media and what I see around me. Instagram and TikTok, those three platforms have been really big in terms of my ability to witness, and even private conversations with people that I wouldn't have guessed. By me showing up, it's allowing people from different parts of my life to kind of come back and into my world and just kind of ask me about certain questions, get piques interest in them. So it's great to see. I think that it's a really good sign. There is so much around us. And I think now more than ever, we need to kind of see clearly, because there's so much, there's a war out there between
spiritual warfare.
There is. And it's, they are trying to create a lot of diversity and tear us apart and kind of keep us from being one. And the opposite needs to happen.
Because when we're divided, you're easily conquered. When we unite, you can't.
Yeah.
1,000 voices are a lot louder than 100. So the more we come together, the more we unite and support each other, the more that beats back the darkness and the light can shine through. I mean, you need to have one to have the other. You need to have the darkness to have the light. But if the light is more prevalent, that's what we need. And so this is why connection and community and collaboration and realizing and waking up to see that we need each other and we need to support one another in this life.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
There are so many people that I just, as far as darkness goes, like it boggles my mind in a way. Like I can't even come close to understanding why certain people do the things that they do. It's like beyond my honest comprehension. Like how far removed, what kind of ancestral shit was passed down to them and made them into, sorry to say, the monster that they are to kind of perform these evil acts. I just don't understand. But I do believe that there is more good than bad, more like.
I agree with you.
And I think that needs to be illuminated and amplified.
Yep, for sure. The media doesn't help. The media amplifies the darkness. That's what we hear most about is the dark side of things. And I agree with you. I wholeheartedly believe there is a lot more good out there than there is bad. And we just need to continue to illuminate it, to use your word, and bring it to the surface for more people to see and get involved in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, there's just so much pain. But that's also partly why I feel like my work is really potent, because I want to help someone feel liberated. And when you feel liberated and you see the truth of who you are, like you're not triggered by other people any longer. You're not living in a space of victimhood. You're not living, you're not wishing harm on others. That's not my story, but the other people, like you're not negative. You're not in a state of pain. That's my wish, is to help people release the shackles.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful wish. Have there been any really profound messages or insights that have come through your channeling that completely changed your perspective on life?
I just think that what I've learned is that there are so many facets of us that make us who we are. And so I just invite other people to really take the time to really help themselves be everything that they're supposed to be in this lifetime, and to return back to the soul that they once were before lifetimes of shit happened to them, and ancestral trauma and limiting beliefs and old stories and energies that aren't even theirs. Like, there are just so many aspects of us, and like I see that in my own healing journey. So it's like it's the most rewarding journey. It's not easy, and at times it's like painful, because who wants to see their reflections sometimes? Like, it's not easy to see your own quote unquote darkness, but you need to, in order to flip the script, in a sense. And but it's a super rewarding process. Like, it's been everything. So yeah, it's a huge invitation for others to kind of see how magnificent and powerful they are, and how they can like really be so much more if they just opened their eyes and kind of took the time to see, and to also understand how worthy they are. And well, then there's also another area that's been illuminated to me, unpopular opinion, but it's my truth, to see how all the religious, not stereotypes, that's not the right word, there's just religious programming and,
for sure,
and like guilt and a lot of shame that's been cast on people through religion. And if you're not doing it this way, you're not going to see heaven if you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, like all of it. And I mean, Jesus is my man. I love Jesus, but I do not resort to all of the shaming and all of the guilt that religious programming has placed on people. And I just really highly feel if you just adopt Christ consciousness, which is love frequency, and develop a connection to Jesus and to Source, that's the secret sauce. Yeah. Like, everything else to me is that's not my truth, and I have no time for it, because what it does is make you feel like you're not worthy of receiving everything right here and right now. And we're all worthy of abundance. We're worthy of love. We're worthy of all the blessings. And it's just not true to me that you are a sinful person. Yeah, of course there's sin out there, but that doesn't mean that you're an unworthy person.
Yeah,
I don't,
for sure.
I don't subscribe.
I don't buy it. I'm not buying that bullshit story.
Exactly. I'm with you, Brad.
What are your thoughts on the concept of ascension, and how does energy healing play a role in that process?
So my thoughts on ascension are that it's a really incredible process of peeling back layers of who you thought you were, just seeing the real truth of who you are, seeing there's so many things to say about this. Like, triggers is another aspect of it. Like, something can really deeply hurt your feelings and hurt your heart. And if you see the root cause of that, if you take the time to really actually look into that and understand where it's coming from, causing, like, bringing light and attention to that, it doesn't mean that the pain is going to go away, but maybe the next time you come across that pain point, you'll recognize it quicker, understand that's really not the truth, and move through that quicker. So that's like a process of ascension, is to kind of keep growing and moving higher and higher frequency, like your higher self, moving up to the truth of who you are and where you come from. And then ascension also, I feel like, has another element to it of cleaning up your channel and becoming more pure, and like releasing energies that do not serve you, and limiting beliefs, energetic cords and attachments, becoming like, for me, my ascension is now where I have always been one that can feel energy. But now as I have been ascending, I can feel more.
Right.
I can feel more energy. I can feel energy in me and around me. That's one of my strongest gifts. But for others, they could see, they could hear, their claircognizance, their knowing, like that's also a part of their ascension. Their own gifts are coming in stronger. So it's kind of like a multi-layered answer, but I'm sticking to it.
All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
If you could channel one message for the world right now, what would it be?
Oh, well, it would really be to kind of really understand that it's not just, we really are one. We all are brothers and sisters. Our time here is so limited. And I would wish for someone to get the most out of their human experience by really tapping into their spiritual awareness and to really kind of take on the healing journey. But we are one. We're all here together. They're really, the only reason I feel that there is competition in this world is because people just kind of see their own inadequacies, their own pain and limiting beliefs in a reflection of someone else, which kind of can trigger them. But if they saw how beautiful and amazing they were, they wouldn't be triggered by someone else. So it's like the realization that we're all of God, we're all worthy, we all come from love frequency. I think that's just like it's a huge message, but I don't think my words can even give it enough like degree of impact, because it's once you see it, you really can't like unsee it. So I don't know how others will receive it that aren't at this space that truly understand, but it's the truth. It's just that we are all here together. Like we were supposed to be living in bliss.
Harmony and love. Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So
it's a beautiful message.
I wish more people could just get that memo, but
not everybody's meant to get it though, unfortunately. Yeah. Like we said before, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's on their own journey, and some just, they won't wake up, they won't see it, and that's okay because that's their path, that's their journey. But the ones that are meant to receive it and get it and see it, they will. Yeah. Just some people, it takes longer to get there than others too, right? So
and that's fine as long as they get there.
For sure. What would you say is the most profound lesson that you've learned through your work as an energy healer and channel?
Intention setting is a really huge lesson. Being very intentional with your energy and what you speak, and co-creating with the soul client that you're with, because their intentions are very powerful. And the work together, it's not just me. It's a co-creative experience. So, and even if I set intentions and the soul client sets intentions, the energy is going to do what is best for the recipient's best and highest good. But it is not about me. None of it is about me. It's really about the energy and the soul client. And so I am just the vessel. And it's really an honor, a huge honor to be a vessel. But it's like, I just sit and I witness, and I just like marvel in awe of the amazing, just to witness like all the effects basically of what it's capable of doing. But I'm the vessel, and I'm not really the healer. They're the healer.
Yeah.
The energy is working in them. And like I said, they have to set intentions within themselves. I love it actually too, when I set intentions and then they come back and reflect to me that they set their own intentions during the session. And I'm like, masterful. Perfect. That's exactly it. You get it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're there. Yeah, absolutely. Now, as mentioned off the top, you're an author. Can you tell us a little bit about the book that you contributed to, what your chapter, your story was all about, and how was that experience for you sharing your story with the world? And how did it change you?
Wow. Where do I begin? Okay, so it was an anthology called She Defies. And I guess I'll start backwards. The experience for me, it scared me. It scared the shit out of me to kind of actually put my thoughts out on paper and to be that bold and to kind of, there was like a little imposter syndrome in there being like, who are you to write these words? Who are you to be an author? But it was expansive. It felt like, because of the fact that it was actually so frightening for me, I knew that I needed to do it. So that was the reason why I went through with that. I knew that it would be expansive. I knew that because it scared the shit out of me, that was precisely why I needed to. So that was throughout my cancer journey. I did put reflections often on Facebook about the emotional aspect of cancer, and often would receive feedback telling me that I needed to write a book. And I was like, thanks, maybe we'll play. And then when this offer came into my consciousness of being a co-collaborator in this anthology, I was like, okay, universe, I see you. I see you. Challenge accepted. I'll do it. So I went through with it. The chapter, the book in of itself is about women that defy and kind of persevere and made it through trials. So my chapter was heavily around discussing where I came from, like where I started in terms of being a legal assistant, what transpired once I became an entrepreneur at home, and it went all in on my cancer journey and all of the aspects of awareness that it brought to me, and speaking about my relationship with God and the angels and my intuition, and heavily relying on that to get me through, and just all the revelations. Because also from my breast cancer journey, I had breast implants, and they highly suspected that I received my lymphoma from my breast implants. So when it was time for me to have reconstruction on my breasts, I chose nothing. One, because it wasn't the right time. I had to go from having a double mastectomy right into my lymphoma journey. So reconstruction was tabled. But I also it wasn't really super important to me anymore. I don't really know how I feel about that right now, but it was tabled. And so that aspect of my journey illuminated my feelings of, okay, now I'm here in this feminine body. Now what do I do? And coming to deep self-love for my body and my femininity without having breasts, like anatomical women that are born that way too. And so, and then having no hair and just having all the feminine aspects of me kind of taken from me. So coming into a love relationship with my body, understanding that my feminine essence really is about me, not what I look like. It's a confusing time though, because you have people electing to do that and changing their sexual identity. And here I am, a woman identifying as a woman and trying to come to terms with, but I am a feminine being and I identify as a feminine being. And now I don't have that. And I don't know if I ever will, but I have to say that it doesn't really matter. So like that was illuminated in my chapter, but it was a lot about the fact that my cancer journey was hardly about the actual physical aspect of having cancer, and so much more about the revelations and the growth and the spiritual awareness that I was gifted with in that process. So to put it in a little bow, that was what my chapter was about.
Very powerful, and a journey, one hell of a journey.
Thank you. It really was one hell of a journey, and I'm super happy to be on the other side of that now.
I'm sure.
But yeah, it was one of those, it was everything. It was what I needed, apparently,
Yeah.
But
yeah, although it may not seem like it at the time, we get what's meant for us. And it's hard to realize it at times. And when you get on the other side of it, sometimes it was one of the best things that could have happened. It may seem like the shittiest thing that could ever happen to you at the time.
Yeah.
But when you get on the other side of it, wait a minute, that was fucking necessary for my growth, for my expansion. It was the best thing that could have happened to me. As fucked up as it may seem, saying something like that with cancer, or it was all part of the greater good for yourself, your personal development, your personal growth, and all of those things.
Yeah, I don't see it as being fucked up. I see it exactly the way you're speaking it. It really, it was. And even from the point of my stem cell transplant to now, that 1 year alone has kind of catapulted my spiritual development like more than ever. So it was a gift. It really was a gift.
Beautiful. What would you say is an unexpected blessing or occurrence that you are grateful for in your life?
Yeah, I think it's the stem cell transplant. Yeah. It was like I said, I was scared shitless of that. Mm-hmm. And even had another healer tell me in her own way that she thought that I was supposed to heal myself without any type of Western medicine getting involved. Mm-hmm. And I had to use my intuition and what God was telling me to kind of be like, I really honor what you're saying to me, but that's not my path. Yeah. And whether I like it or not, I have to go through this. And it was like this feeling like your gut doesn't lie. And there was this deeper feeling in my gut that was like, I fucking know that I have to do this. I don't want to do this, but I really know that this is something part of my journey. Like in whatever way I signed up for this.
Therein lies the other lesson of learning to trust ourselves, trust our guts, trust our intuition. That's a fucking hard thing to do, to lean into and to fully trust. But with the work, if you put in the work to do it, you can do it. It is possible. And we all should aspire to do that.
Yeah. Your gut never lies. It never does. And it's uncomfortable sometimes because you don't want something to actually always be. But it really, ultimately, it does not lie to you. It's one of our biggest gifts is our intuition.
For sure.
But it was one of those things, the necessary evil. But it was a blessing. And even then, my son, who would ever think? Like, I had my son, obviously, you have your children, you don't think about what the future is going to hold. But like, he was my stem cell donor.
Wow.
So he was always a blessing, but he gave me life back.
Yeah.
He certainly reminds me every fucking day that he gave it back to me.
That's kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like being extorted for the rest of my daily life.
Nicole, what do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
I think that my ability to be just authentic and real is my superpower, because I'm just like everyone else. I'm not that person that's going to show up and be like, hey, everything is great. I got from A to B with no blemishes. I'm a badass bitch today. And I got here with absolutely no bumps, no bruises along the way. I desire everyone to get to that space, but I also feel like my authentic reflections have been a blessing and have held space for other people going through their own trials and kind of basically helped them feel less alone in this process. So that's everything. So I do really feel like my raw authenticity is my superpower.
Beautiful. Now, speaking of success, how do you define that word? What does success mean to you?
Although I am on a road of still trying to find deeper layers of, what I've come to find for me is that I am successful in that I keep moving forward. You put one foot in front of the other and you just surrender, and that you're like divinely protected and guided. But success for me is simply persevering and moving and walking the walk and just kind of not giving up on yourself. You're worth it. Keep going. You just keep moving forward. And I guess success is kind of always evolving. So for me right now in this space, I am successful because I am moving. I'm and just kind of striving to be my higher version daily, returning back to who I was on a soul level.
Love it. What does the word empowerment mean to you?
Empowerment for me is actually like being on a bull, like a bull ride, and holding on and just kind of like, wait, what am I even saying? I mean, like, well, I had a thought and I'm like, no.
That's okay.
Empowerment is like not being a victim and understanding your innate power, and just, I guess that's probably where I was going with the bull ride. Just like kind of understanding that, you're going to go for a ride and you're going to have to hold on at times for dear life, but knowing that you have the tools, like everything that you need, you have. And sure, it's okay to seek coaches and mentors and healers and inspirational speakers along the way to kind of remind you of your power, but like to understand that you actually are everything and that you have the tools to do that and to move forward. And it's like the complete opposite of victimhood. Like it's like I'm allergic to it. I really just don't resort to that. I don't like it. Just because you can stay in your pity party for a little. You can feel your feels, like never ever push them down, and reflect on them, write them out and feel them, but then move.
Yeah.
You just got to keep moving. You can't stay in that space of woe is me and why is this happening to me? No. Like you have to literally take control and just move forward. And I was there. I was absolutely there. Like I went through a very dark space of when I was told, especially when the cancer had still been there after my chemo and they knew that they wanted me to go forward and have a stem cell. I was like pissed, angry, frustrated, jealous, not a happy person at all.
Yeah.
And then I just knew that, okay, feel it and now move, keep going forward.
Move through it.
You have things to do, Nick. You have places to be. You've got a son that needs you. You have a wedding in whatever distant future. Like you've got a college graduation at some point to attend. You have places to be and like experiences to have with your husband. No, this is not your time. So feel your shit and move forward.
Love it. We're going to jump into a little rapid fire section. So the next grouping of questions will just be 1, 2, 3, 4-word answer type thing. Okay.
Okay.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Authentic.
What is your favorite self-care practice?
Energy healing.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
Childlike love.
What's one thing you want but cannot buy with money?
Time.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
One word?
No, it could be a couple words.
Oh, okay.
A few words.
Rising above my own limitations and walking the walk.
Okay. What is one thing you love about yourself that is not related to your physical appearance?
I love my ability to lift others and celebrate others.
That concludes our rapid fire section. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I threw in a bonus question that I did not send you ahead of time. If you could take one feeling or one belief and bottle it and give it to people, what would it be?
How powerful and beautiful and worthy they are.
If you could have any 3 people in the world, alive or dead, sitting at your dinner table with you for dinner, who would those 3 people be?
2 of them I actually have the honor of. That would be my husband and my son, but it would, no offense to my twin sister, but you gave me 3 spots. So I got to pick my mom, who's not here any longer. Yeah, I got to pick Mama.
Beautiful. If you could step into my shoes, what is one question you would ask yourself that I didn't ask you?
Boldly, it would be, so what you got cooking, Nicole? What you got cooking for people? And what do you have? What are your offers?
Okay, go ahead. Answer that question.
I am offering one-on-one sessions for people. I do love packages where I get to walk with them and then hold space for them. But I am also rolling out, or just rolled out, an 8-week program where I am offering 8 souls an opportunity to meet weekly in group healings and offering a Voxer chat where I can hold a space for all of these souls so they can reflect and commune and just kind of develop a sisterhood, brotherhood, and a deep healing portal where a lot can shift and help them move forward and liberate them, helping them release a lot of stagnant energies and just helping them move forward into their next stage of life. I'm pumped and so excited to welcome these 8 souls. So that's something I've been really excited to do for a while and had not known when the right time was, but now's the time.
Beautiful. We'll put all the links to all your stuff in the show notes when we publish your episode so people can check that out.
Thank you.
If you had the opportunity to sit down and have a 1-hour conversation with one woman, any woman in the world, who would it be and why?
Now, can this be someone that's not here any longer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so this would be my mom again, because I got lots to ask. So many things to ask her that are beyond the human understanding. Yeah. And I speak to her all the time, but not the same.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
It would be to understand how special she is and deeply loved, and not to place that knowing on external validations of others, to know how loving and lovable and special she is in that time.
Beautiful. Lastly, Nicole, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, your tribe, your people, your corner of the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like? What words of wisdom would you impart?
It would really be an invitation to take on that journey of healing and introspection and self-development, because it's a journey that unlocks so much magic and so many knowings about who they are, why they're here, what they came here to experience and learn. And it unlocks so much magic to also understand that, again, they are powerful and beautiful and worthy. And it's because it's like a huge part of my own learning process. So it's to impart that wisdom onto others and to understand that how special they are right now. And it would also, this is not 30 seconds, but to explain again that and encourage their own thought-provoking process, and to not kind of resort to being fed a bunch of shit, and to kind of open their minds and their knowing to the understanding that there's a possibility that other things exist other than what they've been kind of brainwashed into believing.
Yeah. Beautiful. Nicole, thank you so much for being a guest today. I appreciate you. I am so grateful to know you, to call you a friend, to have had the opportunity to sit down and speak with you and share in your journey and story. So thank you for inviting me into your space and for vulnerably sharing with me. I really appreciate it. It's been a beautiful conversation. And then you are a beautiful soul who I'm grateful to call a friend. So thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for holding this space and this time and this conversation and your energy and your friendship, like all of it. I adore you. You are such a bright light. You really are.
Thank you.
You can like bottle your energy. That would be pretty incredible. You're like just the most beautiful soul. You really are. There should be more breads on this planet.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me coming from you. So thank you. Nicole, could you share with the people where they can connect with you, where they can find you if they want to learn more about who you are, or they want to work with you?
I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok as well. And I'm open. And you can email me through any of those links as well. But I'm an open vessel and channel, and I love communicating with people and developing connection. So I invite anyone that has any questions to hop into my space and to say hello and to see what my offerings are if there's anything that they don't understand. But I just love it. I love communicating and communing with people and developing further connections. And on Instagram, I do have a milkshake link that can link people up to my offerings, the She Defies anthology, and email and other platforms. So yeah, I'm pretty accessible.
Okay, we'll share all those links in the show notes when we publish your episode. Once again, my name is Brad Welsh, host of your Empowerography podcast. Today, my guest has been Nicole Lite. She is a multidimensional energy healer, a channel, and a 2-time cancer thriver and an author. Once again, Nicole, thank you so much for being a guest, and thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
You too. Sending you so many hugs.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca, follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast, and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.